Here are 7 classic mistakes that we all make during every quarter in sales. First is we tend to be a little too optimistic, and this is natural. In sales, you could either be optimistic or pessimistic. If you're pessimistic, you tend to miss the obvious good things that can happen. If you're too optimistic, you're not going to see the things that can go wrong. And if you don't see them, you're not going to prevent them. If you don't prevent them, they're going to happen. Deals become slower, smaller, and you tend to lose them to no decision. That's number one. We tend to be a little too optimistic. So we got to be able to manage this. You want to be optimistic to have the energy, the excitement, the enthusiasm to do all the hard things that we have to do in sales, but not too optimistic that you don't see the obvious things that you need to do. Number 2 is we tend to have happy ears. Happy ears are the ability to hear the best possible things that are being said as opposed to what's really being said. And when I say being said, I don't mean the exact words. I mean the real meaning of what's being said. Understanding that the client is probably telling us what they want us to hear versus what is really happening. And it's up to us to dig in, to really understand what's really being said, as opposed to just what we want to hear. Happy ears is a very dangerous thing in sales. So we got to really dig in and really find out what's real meaning of what is being said and what's really happening within our accounts. Number 3 is we tend to skip steps and tend to have too big of steps instead of little baby steps in our deal. And I think it's a real mistake that we're doing today is trying to condense as much of the sale into as few meetings and communications as possible. The problem with this is there's a natural time gap in the complex sale, a natural need to step back for them to think about it, to have internal meetings, internal justification, internal explanation, and we need to be part of that. We need to be engaged in that. Otherwise, we'll be blind to it. So what we need to do is break our sale into smaller steps as opposed to less steps. And what you'll find out is you have actually more control, more influence, and more ability to close by having little smaller steps. Doesn't mean it takes longer. It just means that you have more touch points, more exchanges of value with your clients. Number 4 is a well, duh moment in that what we're learning is the same things over and over again. Part of this is avoidable through planning and preparation, but part of it is just natural in being human. But we've got to remember that it's us as salespeople that have control over this, that have influence over it, and to be aware of it. Number 5 is we've got to face facts. We've got to face the fact that it is us and it's our responsibility to close deals. It is our responsibility to sell. It's not our client's responsibility to buy. So we have to face that we own this, that we are making the mistakes, that we have to learn from these mistakes and be brave enough to learn from them and to realize that we're not perfect and that we all have enormous room for improvement, including myself. Number 6 is that we have to come up with a systematic way of building our day, our week, our month, our quarter, and managing time, and to understand that we need time to sleep, we need time to exercise, work, and eat, and enjoy our life. But we can't do all of it. When we try and do these end of the quarter sprints, they're necessary, they're sometimes unavoidable, most of the time they're unavoidable. But the more we manage our day in a systematic, habitual way, the more effective we will be in coming up with a consistent pattern as opposed to a sprint and crash, a roller coaster up and a roller coaster down. Have it be more consistent. And we typically continue to learn this throughout our lives. And number 7 is we got to understand that we're human, that no matter how much automation and technology that we have and enable and have access to, at the end of the day, we're just human beings and we're flawed and we're emotional And we have to be able to manage that, and we don't want to be machines. We want to leverage technology and automation to take away the tedious tasks of life, but we have to be humans, and we have to understand that our clients are humans also. Those are the 7 mistakes we all make every quarter. We all need to learn from them. We all need to prepare for them. We all need to build them into our process. If this makes sense, check out the podcast or the other videos here on the Maverick Method YouTube website. And if you like this, please like it, comment, and share. Thanks for watching.